All right, so here we have the 7.5 foot tall blue spruce from Balsam Hill and the 7.5 foot tall downward swept Douglas fir from National Tree Co. We're going to compare the two of these, give you guys our overall thoughts on the build, the lifelike qualities, and our overall thoughts. Before that, I want to thank Balsam Hill for sending us this tree here so that way we can do this video for you guys. All right, so I do want to acknowledge that, of course, one is not decorated, one is. That's just because once we decorate it, it's very hard to move the trees. So both of them are 7.5 foot tall trees, and they've got a very similar branch and needle system. So we're going to go ahead and start off talking about the color of both the trees. This one is a Douglas fir. This one is a blue spruce, and you can really appreciate the blue undertone here on the needles with the blue spruce from Balsam Hill, especially when you have the lights on and with kind of gold or warm lighting. It really does kind of pick up very well. Now, with the Douglas fir, that is going to be a little bit more of a yellow-green needle color. There is a little bit of blue, I think, on some of these, but for like a real Douglas fir, it's definitely a more of a green colored tree. So keep that in mind. Outside of that, both of them, they look very close to the real thing. We normally get Douglas firs when we're doing live Christmas trees, but the blue spruce looks very good as well. All right, so the build is almost the exact same. You put the stand down, then each of the sections of the tree go into it, and you start at the top, from the middle, work your way out, go all the way down to the bottom. So you're building them pretty much the same way. That said, while there's, I think, like 1,000 little frond kind of needle points on the National Tree Co., this one takes about 30 to 45 minutes to put together. The Balsam Hill is going to take you about an hour, because there's got to be like 1,500 or something of it. There are so many of these little guys that it really does fill in very well. Really appreciate that. And each of these individual wires in the branches is a little bit thicker than that on the National Tree Co. Now, with the National Tree Co., there are going to be two kinds of branches. You've got these ones here, which are very similar to the Balsam Hill, but they're just a little thinner and they don't quite hold up as much weight. These ones, however, these kind of rubbery needled ones, very thick, very moldable for how you want it to look, and these ones are going to hold your ornaments no problem. So just keep that in mind. Every single one of the needle branches is going to be the exact same as Balsam Hill. On the National Tree Co., there's two kinds, and there's not quite as many of them. The interior, like the main branches that come off, also very similar systems. One thing that I will say is the National Tree Co., they don't quite lock into place. Now, once you put lights on here, that's really going to hold it in, same with the ornaments. But the Balsam Hill, each of these really kind of sticks wherever you put it. So there's no real shifting once things are on. So I do think if a sturdy tree is really what you're looking for in terms of the branches, the Balsam Hill is probably going to be the way to go. Also going to be a little bit more full. However, if you're just looking for a big tree to kind of replace going to the tree farm every year, the National Tree Co. is an excellent option as well, especially for those who are going to be a little bit more value-minded in terms of just the overall cost of ownership for both of these. All right, so we've talked about the needles. I do want to address the width of each of these as well. The Douglas fir here from National Tree Co. is very wide. This is just shy of 5 feet on the ground. Nearest makes no difference. It's 5 feet on the ground, especially if you want to put anything, buffer zone, presence, plugs, anything in between this and the wall, 5 feet diameter. The Balsam Hill here, while still quite wide, is just a little bit over 4 feet wide. So it's like 50, maybe 49 inches from tip to tip. So keep that in mind in terms of the space. And you can see here, even in the middle of our front room, this thing is taking up pretty much the whole space. So it's going to go live down in the basement in our living room. So it's going to have a lot more space for it. So just as you plan out how much space you have, the 7.5 foot trees, they are pretty wide on the base. Overall, though, I like them both. I would definitely say if you're going for blue spruce, Balsam Hill is like the only one who even has a blue spruce. So this is going to be the way to go if you like that kind of very wintry look, especially if you are into the white and golds and like kind of champagne warm lights. This is going to be like the Cadillac tree for you. But if you want just, I'm getting off the hamster wheel of buying trees every year. I want something that's going to look full and it's going to look lifelike in my home, and I can put lots of things on. The natural tree coat is an excellent option for doing that. But yeah, both good trees. I always recommend getting the unlit ones. LED lights are changing every year. Maybe you want white lights one year, maybe you want color lights another year. So it's nice to be able to switch very easily. So that would be my tip, would be go for the unlit version and really customize both of them to however you like.